Welcome to the Stan Sheriff Center. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling at the top of your screen. We get things started very abruptly with JP Marks serving to start the match, and he serves it into the net. So an immediate point for UC Santa Barbara. And serving for the Gauchos is Austin Kinji. Hawaii will go to Brooks Sador on the opposite side. He hits the antenna with that swing. And so quickly it is 2-0. UC Santa Barbara, a team coming in 13-12 thanks to last night's 4-set win over Hawaii. They are above 500 for the first time since they were 3-2 in early January. The middle set goes to Ryan Thompson, getting the start here tonight as opposed to last night's starting lineup for UCSB. Siki Zarkovic sending it long, and so very quickly Hawaii looking a bit tight here in the early going.
This is not the start I expected. They had a great warm-up, and introductions were really excited. Every single player, especially they were happy for Matthew Cheap in his last start here at the Stan Sheriff Center. I did not expect them to go out 0-3 to start this match. I expected it to be the other way around. The good news, though, is that I'd rather see them tight and overexcited than flat and disappointed from last night's loss. That's what I was worried about.
Good point. Austin Kinji bailing him out a bit with the miss serve. Now Johan Timmer sends it the other way. And it is now 4-1 in favor of UC Santa Barbara. Gauchos ranked 8th in the ABC. 9-10 in MPSF play, tied for 7th currently. Hawaii 9-15 overall, 8-13. They are in 10th in league play. And serving for UCSB, 6'9" junior Ryan Thompson, handled by Cheap. Middle set goes to Averill, and he sends it long. No touch up front, and another point for UC Santa Barbara.
Boy, for Hawaii to commit 6 straight errors to start off this match, not a good sign.
Served by Thompson, though, goes long. And a little wrinkle that was added tonight by head coach Charlie Wade. Harrison Phelps wearing that number 2 libero jersey.
Harrison Phelps, I think, will be doing most of the digging when Hawaii's serving, and then Matthew Cheap will come in to be the libero serve receiver.
Brooks Sador now sends it long. And it has started off the tracks here for Hawaii.
And Santa Barbara must feel like Christmas has arrived here early. They're getting nothing but free gifts from Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii spotting them some early points here. The look says it all for head coach Charlie Wade. In his 4th season, his team fighting to get into the top 8 of eligible teams in the MPSF to qualify for the conference tournament. Evan Light now to serve for the Gauchos. 6 serving 2. That one popped up by Marks. Obi Ramos will go up left side to Zarkovic, and he's able to fight it past the block for a point for Hawaii. Siki Zarkovic, who had 13 kills on 37 swings, hit .216 in last night's 4-set loss to UCSB.
And I know he was not happy with that performance, hitting .216, not like him. He usually, as you see, normally hits up around .270, makes much fewer errors, but last night, too many errors.
Gets that serve in. Kinji on the money with the pass. The swing by Miles, kept alive by Zarkovic. Sador now took something off. Chance for the Gauchos. Here's Light. Denied. The ceiling was put up by Averill and JP Marks.
There's Averill and Marks closing on the outside, putting an early block on Light. That's what Hawaii's going to need, is better blocking up front, although they did a pretty good job last night out blocking the Gauchos 10-6.5. And clearly I think they want to do a better job of that again tonight to slow this Gaucho down, because Gauchos played really well, especially those first 2 sets, hitting over 400.
Per your assessment, where did it go wrong for Hawaii last night?
Well, I think they gave too many points in the first 2 sets. To go into the locker room 0-2, not usually a very good idea.
Dylan Davis, the big middle hitter for UCSB, got denied, but then it's Miles, who had a big match last night. Had 12 kills through the first 2 sets, was quiet from then on, but the damage was done as UCSB went up 2-0, eventually able to win in 4.
Yeah, the combination of Evans having a career first 2 sets, along with Santa Barbara, along with Hawaii serving 10 balls out or into the net.
Miscommunication on the side of the Gauchos, and Hawaii gets a freebie for a change.
Those are two major factors why Santa Barbara went in the locker room 2-0. There's some miscommunication by Santa Barbara. Two guys running into each other. That ball should be the setter's ball, not the libero. Unless the setter says, go ahead and take it.
Nick West on the court now for Hawaii. Avril serve, a soft one. They set up light on the opposite side, and he's able to fire it down the sideline. So 8-5 in favor of UC Santa Barbara. Evan Light, he had 12 kills last night, 39 attempts, hit just 128, but also had 11 digs in that match last night.
Was not starting until 5 matches ago when he stole away that spot from Matt Marsh, the 6'8", 220-pound sophomore. Monster of an opposite, and Light not that imposing at 6'4", 205, but comes from the volleyball factory of Miracosta. He knows how to play his volleyball.
Hawaii will go to JP Marks. He's blocked, kept alive by Cheap. They go back to Marks. This time he plugs it through that double block, and a point for the Warriors.
Ryan Thompson getting the starting spot right there. You see number 9 right there, almost put that ball back over on Hawaii's side of the net. He's the 6'9" junior who's getting the starting nod after a good finish last night, the last 2 sets.
Yeah, he played well down the stretch. 4 kills on 5 attempts, no errors. Light goes off the block and out on UCSB. Now, it should be said the Gauchos using a different starting setter tonight as opposed to last night. Jonah Safe, their 6'8", highly hyped freshman setter, actually left in the second set because of a stomach virus. He got sick. He is on the bench in street clothes tonight. And Andrew Coker, who served it out, his replacement, he actually came in that second set, went on to record 28 assists, also had 3 kills. And for being yet another freshman, not as highly recruited, in fact, he's a walk-on, he played pretty well.
He really did. He's actually been delegated to be their co-captain on the floor tonight.
Here's Light. Oh, he went up on springs that time. Took it to the extra level and then pounded it down.
What a story Light has been lighting it up ever since he won that starting spot at the opposite. He will not let go of that spot.
Overpass by Marks. Rat-a-tat at the net. Now a chance for the Gauchos. Light pushed it down the line but missed it. It went wide, and so that's a point for Hawaii. It's 8 serving 10. And Nick West back there to serve. Nick West is the energy guy, 6'8" junior from Orange, California. Transfer from UC Irvine, that strange pregame snack that we talked about last night, where he likes to combine a little bit of coffee, some Red Bull. He says he likes these salt and pepper pork rinds that he can find at 7-Eleven.
Here's the tip shot that goes out. It was not a touch in the block. What happened was, in a previous play during that rally, Joby Ramos went up and was a back row attacker.
So reversal there of the point. Now Nick West in the middle position, got dug up by Kenji. Chance for the Warriors. It's West again, goes hard angle to the opposite side, and now he will proceed back behind the service line after getting Hawaii a true point.
And West getting the starting job tonight after his late performance sets 3 and 4 last night, where he brought a lot of energy to the floor. Easy guy to set, easy guy to energize the rest of the troops.
Little hybrid serve, handled with 2 hands by Chad Kinji. Evans off the net, a soft one. West digs it up. Zarkovic off the block and out. That's a point for the Warriors. So right back now within striking distance.
Great comeback by Hawaii. They could have folded up the tents after that horrific start. Instead, they got it going pretty good right now in the mid-game.
Saw the officiating crew, Dan Hiranaka sitting high, Ernie Ho on the other side. Light. Oh, that one was going out, dug up by Marks. Ramos picks and chooses, goes to Zarkovic against a triple block. Marks kept it alive. Zarkovic keeps it in the court of play. And a free chance for the Gauchos. Middle set to Thompson, and he ends it.
JP Zarkovic's got 3 blockers up at JP Marks right there to save the day. And here's Thompson for the 2 big middles. Bookends, aren't they, at 6'9" apiece? They get a free ball pass. Pretty much they're going to go to their middles every time.
Thompson playing in just his 10th match this season. And that's an indication of head coach Rick McLaughlin, like Charlie Wade, his ability and his idea to bring in perhaps sometimes some seldom used players to better the cause. The overpass by Cheap, and it was handled easily by Evans.
Both coaches unafraid to pull all the triggers they have to, use all the bullets in the gun to win every match. It's so important at this playoff time of year. Cheap with the overpass there. That ball wasn't that difficult to serve, and Matthews kicking himself right now. Should have passed that up.
Marks handles this one. They go right side. Sador, that one went out. Was there a touch? No touch. So that's a point for Santa Barbara. It's 14 serving 9.
Looks like Charlie's not going to use a timeout. He's going to wait for the 15-point media timeout.
Hawaii hitting .077 to this stage of set number 1. Biggest lead of this first set for the Gauchos. Zarkovic, big swing, got roofed. 15-9, timeout on the floor. And UCSB has jumped all over the Warriors here on this senior night. A 4-point run here for the Gauchos. Time to take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris.
Well, a key for Santa Barbara, I think, is they got to keep feeding Miles Evans, because he was phenomenal last night. 14 kills, mostly in the first 2 sets, 9 digs, and he was a catalyst for their 2-0 lead going into the locker room. And for Hawaii, well, return of Matthew Cheap. He struggled last night, got pulled in favor of Colby Kanataki. But Charlie, Wade is showing a lot of confidence in Matthew. Give him another shot. He's a motivator. He's the senior, because you saw in warm-ups and you saw in the original introductions when he got bounced around in the tunnel there. It was like, I'm not sure he's going to get out of there, because the players are so happy for him. They want to, you know, if he's not playing hard for himself, I'll tell you what else. Everybody else is playing hard for Matthew Cheap.
But like Matthew Cheap's entrance, Hawaii entered this match kind of bouncing around. Miscues early have hurt the Warrior cause.
He sure dug a hole right there. There's the first serve goes out. The first attack goes out. The second serve goes out. Another attack goes long. The third serve goes out. That's too big a hole to dig, and too good a team in Santa Barbara to try to come back on, although Hawaii got all the way back to within 2. And then the Gauchos stretched it out again to have separation. Hawaii hitting just 0-0-0 right now. 5 kills, 5 errors.
As opposed to a .429 hitting clip on the other side for UCSB. 3 kills apiece for Miles and Light. Thompson, floating serve, Cheap, tight to the net with the pass. The block at the net off of the Averill push. Now a chance for Sador, dug up by Kinji. Here's Evans, and Evans able to pound it off of the platform of Joby Ramos and into the stands. A 5-0 run now for UCSB, and this lead continues to surge. Marks, tough pass. Diving set to Zarkovic by Ramos. Chance now for the Gauchos. Here's Light, wound up, uncoiled, a net violation called against Hawaii. And another point for the Gauchos, and now Charlie Wade decides to use one of those timeouts. We'll be back. Series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. See the all-time series mark, Hawaii leading 42-32. Last night, though, it belonged to the Gauchos in 4. And right now, UCSB, they've shown up, hitting .500, 4 kills apiece for Miles and Light. And after the timeout, misserved by Ryan Thompson. So well-used timeout from that standpoint for Charlie Wade, but the Warriors have their work cut out for them. It's 10 serving 17. Brooks Sador back there to send it into play. Entering tonight, the team high 39 aces. High toss, sends it long. And that's something that Charlie Wade talked about prior to the match. He said, you know, Brooks Sador, uncharacteristic service mistakes here over the last few matches. He compared it to a golf swing. How often do you bust out the driver? Sometimes maybe take the 3-wood out, maybe take the hybrid out and take something off of it.
He definitely took the driver out there.
Sador. Oh, that was another